Hi everyone, I'm Matt and welcome to 10 Minute Story, although today's tale might stretch a little longer and for good reason. Because today we're exploring one of the most heartwarming, mysterious, and evolutionarily fascinating stories ever told. How two very different animals, dogs and cats, became part of our homes, our families, and even our hearts. It's a story that starts tens of thousands of years ago, with howling wolves, silent wildcats, and humans just trying to survive in a dangerous world. But it ends with you and that fluffy friend who's probably watching you from the couch right now. Let's find out how dogs and cats went from wild creatures to our most beloved companions. Picture this, it's 30,000 years ago. Humans are hunter-gatherers, the nights are cold, fire is the greatest invention so far, and in the darkness just beyond the firelight lurk eyes, sharp, yellow and watching. Those eyes belong to wolves. Wolves had long coexisted near human camps, likely scavenging bones and leftovers. But some wolves, the less aggressive and more curious ones, might have dared to get a little closer. Scientists believe that this natural proximity was the start of a long, slow, mutualistic relationship. Humans got early warning from wolves barking at intruders, wolves got easy meals. Over time, this symbiosis deepened. Eventually, the friendliest wolves bred with each other and gradually evolved into something entirely new, the dog. And it didn't take long before humans began selectively breeding these early proto-dogs for traits they found useful: loyalty, strength, hunting ability. It was the beginning of a partnership that would reshape both species. But this wasn't a one-sided transformation. The domestication of dogs also changed us. Dogs helped us hunt more efficiently, alerted us to danger, and even provided warmth. Some researchers argue that humans and dogs co-evolved, each influencing the evolution of the other. Now cats did it differently. Fast forward to around 9,000 years ago in the Fertile Crescent where agriculture was booming. People had started to settle down, store grain, and build towns, but with grain came rodents, and with rodents came wildcats. Unlike dogs, cats weren't actively recruited by humans. Instead, they recruited themselves. Wildcats began hanging around human settlements, not for scraps, but for mice. Humans quickly noticed that wherever there were cats, there were fewer pests. So what did they do? They tolerated them, and eventually they welcomed them. Over time, the friendliest and least fearful wildcats, those who didn't mind hanging out with humans, got closer. They had kittens who were just as sociable, and slowly, without even realizing it, humans domesticated the cat. But true to their nature, cats never became entirely tame. Their domestication was lighter, subtler, and even today your house cat is genetically still very similar to its wild ancestors. Before we go deeper, let me pause for a second. If you're enjoying this little time travel through animal history, why not hit that like button, subscribe for more curiosity pills every day, and tell me in the comments, are you more of a dog person or a cat person? Or both? No judgment here, unless you say hamster. Now back to our story. Dogs and cats not only became part of human life but also part of human culture. In ancient Egypt, cats were sacred. Killing a cat, even by accident, was a crime. Egyptian households kept them as protectors from vermin, but they were also associated with goddesses like Bastet. Some cats were even mummified and buried with their owners. Dogs, too, held special roles in different societies. In ancient Greece, dogs were seen as guardians and symbols of loyalty. In Rome, they served as protectors and hunting partners. In China, the Pekingese was bred as a companion to royalty, carried around in sleeves. And let's not forget the folklore. From Anubis in Egyptian mythology to Cerberus in Greek lore, dogs were often viewed as gatekeepers to the afterlife. Cats, meanwhile, earned a darker reputation in medieval Europe, accused of witchcraft and demonology. But that didn't stop people from keeping them. In fact, having a cat could mean better health, fewer rats, fewer plagues. What's fascinating is that dogs and cats were domesticated for entirely different reasons, and by different strategies. Dogs were helpers, guards, hunters, workers. They were trained, disciplined, and expected to serve alongside humans. And in return, they earned a place by the fire. Cats were opportunists. They didn't do what we asked, they did what suited them. But their presence was so beneficial that we let them stay anyway. This difference still shows today. Dogs, on average, are more social, eager to please and trainable. Cats are more independent, aloof, and territorial. But here's the twist, both are incredibly attuned to human behavior. Studies show that dogs can read our emotions, follow our gaze, and even understand our tone of voice. And cats? They may not obey your commands, but they definitely notice them. They can recognize your voice, detect your mood, and even mirror your routines. In other words, they chose us and we chose them right back. Now let's talk about the science of love. Yes, love. When you look into your dog's eyes, both of you release oxytocin, the hormone associated with bonding and affection. It's the same chemical that strengthens relationships between human parents and children. Cats, too, form emotional bonds. Though often more subtle, cats can show attachment, separation anxiety, and even grief. Brain scans show that both animals react positively to the sound of their human's voice. Dogs get excited, cats get vaguely intrigued, but still, that's something. Domestication has physically changed them too. Dogs evolved to have more expressive faces, raising their eyebrows to make puppy dog eyes. Cats developed higher-pitched meows to better mimic human babies, triggering our nurturing instincts. It's kind of manipulative, and it totally works. Fast forward to modern times. Humans didn't just adopt dogs and cats, they shaped them. In the 19th and 20th centuries, dog breeding exploded. We created hundreds of breeds for specific tasks: herding, retrieving, guarding, cuddling. From Great Danes to Chihuahuas, each breed has a unique history. Cats were bred less intensively, but we still developed distinct breeds: Siamese, Persian, Maine Coon, Sphynx, each with different personalities and traits. Unfortunately, selective breeding hasn't always been positive. Some dog breeds suffer from serious health problems due to inbreeding, like bulldogs with breathing issues or dachshunds with spinal disorders. Today, there's a growing movement toward adopting mixed-breed animals from shelters and focusing on health over appearance. Because whether purebred or rescue, these animals all share one thing: a deep connection to us. Today, dogs and cats are more than just pets. They're companions, emotional support animals, family members. In many places, pet ownership is linked to improved mental health, reduced stress, and even longer life expectancy. We share our homes, routines, and even social media accounts with them. And let's be honest, if you're anything like me, your phone has more photos of your pet than of your human friends. Dogs serve in law enforcement, therapy, and search and rescue missions. Cats have become icons of the internet, from Grumpy Cat to the endless stream of adorable kitten reels. But beyond the memes and wagging tails, our relationship with dogs and cats says something profound about human nature. Our capacity to form bonds beyond our own species, to nurture, to empathize, and to love without words. From wolves skulking outside the firelight to cats stalking mice in ancient granaries, the domestication of dogs and cats is one of the most remarkable stories in human history. And it's still happening. We continue to discover new ways these animals enrich our lives. We find new roles for them, new ways to care for them, and, let's be honest, new toys and costumes they probably hate. But no matter how much changes, the heart of the story remains the same. Somewhere, thousands of years ago, humans and animals chose each other, and we never looked back. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through the incredible history of our furry companions. We hope you enjoyed the story and learned something new. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share your favorite pet moments in the comments below. We love hearing your stories and suggestions for future episodes. Stay curious and keep exploring the amazing world of animals with us. We'll see you in the next story. Thanks for watching 10 Minute Story. Until next time, keep your curiosity alive.